How are you, sir? How's everybody? So great to be here, thank you. Oh, hello, there's a camera in the back. Now I've got to behave myself.
No.
I kind of feel like I'm singing. I do feel like I'm singing. Well, this is great. Hi, everybody. I'm going to sit on the end. It's not as comfortable, I should point that out. Things I do for you. Once that they sit up, then if that gets awkward. I think of that. Wow, you brought a sword and everything. Thank you. So, hello. You were playing. So this is awesome. Thank you for coming. So what do you want to talk about? You can start off with some Q&A if you want, and then I've got a little magic as well. It's not real magic, you know.
Magic exists to serve man. Magic exists to serve man and never rule over him.
There you go, thank you, yes. And by man, me. Yeah. Are we doing a Q&A with a moderator? Oh, do you know, or is it just me with everybody? I'm fine either way. No, I think it's probably better.
We take this in your own direction. Yeah.
Our way with you.
Have you guys been drinking yet? Because it's a lot more question.
There he is.
No. There he is. Okay. There he is. Can you sit down?
Carefully. I can stand.
Because yes, you can.
It's like
When I arrived, I was walking through the mall, and I saw him in sweatsuit, and I'm like, that's the guy. It's eerie. Their likeness is crazy. All right, so let's talk about what you want to talk about. So the Q&A, and then we can move into. So feel free to ask me anything. You'll find I'm actually pretty honest about everything that has to do with Hollywood and the business and voiceovers and acting and all the rest of it, so you'll get a real answer from me. And also, is there any water?
Somebody give this man water!
So feel free. Ask away. Good evening. Hello. That's right. Hi, Tim. How are you? What's up?
How did you get started with voice acting?
With voice acting?
Yes.
Voice acting is ridiculously difficult to get into. I'd actually done a TV series before I did voice acting. I'd done a show called Mickey, and then I followed that with Crossing Jordan. Near the end of Crossing Jordan. Oh, some of you remember that? It was near the end of Crossing Jordan. The thing with voice acting, especially in LA, is it's a real closed shop. There's a few people who do most of the voices, and they're really excellent at it because that's all they do. And so it's brutally hard to break into. Even something like a commercial cartoon character. Only in the last 2 years have I done my first cartoons. I did Turbo HD, which was this crazy dragonfly kind of character. And then I did some stuff on Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Yay!
Hey, how are you? Good. And then, which was great fun. I can't wait for my daughter to see that. And right now, I'm doing the villain on a show called Mickey and the Road Racers, which is the same guys who did Jake. And Jake has ended this, and now they're making this new one. And it's we realized it's the same kind of villain character. You can't quite tell straight or gay. I'm not really sure. Which is perfect for Disney, you know. But really, I can't tell you the number of auditions everyone I know in town has to do to get one job when it comes to voice. Acting on camera is different because it's a look and there's a physicality and there's a voice and there's a tone. But when you're just voice, it's really hard. And the crazy thing about Dragon Age was that they'd actually cast somebody else and they were recording with them. And then I got a call and they said, it's not going well.
Oh.
Would you consider? I was like, yeah, sure. I'd love to be honest. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And that was my freshman game. That was Trial by Fire. I mean, on IMDb it shows that I did a Star Wars game, but I never did a Star Wars. Seriously, I know I never did a Star Wars game, and yet I have credit, so I'll do that. Yeah. Next question. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Do you prefer doing heroes or villains, or do you really care? Which is more enjoyable for you?
That's a good question. Well, the villain is never a villain in the eyes of the villain. The villain is always the guy who thinks he's being a hero, just for the wrong reasons. So it's kind of, for me, the problem with heroes is they can be really bland. You know, they had a big. I mean, yes. Reserve man. She just had a baby, by the way, 5 weeks old. I don't know where the baby is. Put it down. Oh, that's good. Okay, good. So for me, like, you know, one of the things like Aladdin, for example, when they were developing Aladdin, all the characters were great except for Aladdin, and they had a huge problem making him as strong as everybody else. You know, because it's kind of boring, kind of like, you know. So, and I've seen that. There's a buddy of mine, Rob Minkoff, who's directed a whole bunch of Lion King and stuff. And we were doing a script reading of something he was thinking of directing. And the entire conversation afterwards was trying to fix the main character, who was the good guy, because he was boring. You know, we were referring to Aladdin quite a bit and trying to figure it out. But villains are juicy, you know. They just are. And they're good therapy. I did an episode of Charmed years ago, and in that episode I was going around stabbing witches. Awesome. Hi.
Hello. When it comes to matching voices with animation, do they record the animation first and then you have to try and match your voice to that, or is it the other way around?
It's always the other way around. So you go in and you record your voice, and then they send it off to another country usually, and then only once they've got them. Occasionally they'll have you come in and do some pickup lines and stuff that didn't quite work. But usually they're matching the animation to your spoken word, because it would be a nightmare otherwise. You know, and it would affect your performance too. I did a movie years ago called Don't Look Under the Bed, which was a Disney movie. Anyone here see that film?
Yeah.
Okay, it's really scary. Considering it was a Disney film, I'm playing the boogeyman with 4 hours of prosthetics and sharp, spiky teeth and these fangs and everything that comes out. They wouldn't make it today. It was the kind of thing they wouldn't make today. We did it in 1990. And I had these double sets of fangs, so I'd learn to speak over them, like this. But I worked really hard on the voice, so it was, and then after the movie's made, I get a call saying, okay, now you have to come in and you have to loop the entire movie because there were wind machines going the entire time. Oh. And I said, what? And they're like, didn't they tell you? And I was like, no, nobody told me. So I had to go back in and try and duplicate the performance vocally. The entire movie, and it's a horrible thing to have to try and do. So thank God they do it that way. Yeah, absolutely. Hello.
How did that movie turn out?
I was brilliant.
How did your performance turn out on screen then?
I was happy. I can hear it.
Okay.
You know, I can hear it because I could tell the difference between a live performance and when you're in the room trying to duplicate a live performance. But it actually ended up, the movie was pretty good. And funny enough, I was just out the other night, and I was at the Magic Castle, which is this magic club in Hollywood, kind of this beautiful place. And a girl comes up to me and she goes, I was in that movie with you. At the end of the movie, I turn into a woman. Go figure. I turn into a again, Disney, even Disney. Yeah, I turned into this young girl. This was a girl, like, you know, some 20 years later, she came to say hi. It's funny. Yeah. Yes, who's next? Anything you want to know? Feel free. Yes. Oh, the hand up there.
When did you start performing magic?
So, magic when I was 5, I think. 5 or 6. was a weird thing. My mum wanted to join this catalog club, which were all the rage in the early 70s, and home catalogs. And in order to join in, you had to buy a couple of things. So remember, she bought my sister a chemistry set, and she bought me a magic kit. Came with a little cloak and a hat. And then she bought my brother some toy soldiers. And we cut years later, and I ended up doing magic. My sister is a world-renowned scientist and material scientist, works for the British government, and then my brother is just retired from the army. Weird. I mean, talk about that one. I reminded my mum the other day of that. I was like, remember when you bought that stuff? But yes, and I remember this guy. So I had an uncle who used to do this one card trick. And then I was like, you've got to tell me how that works. And he goes, it's in this book. Read this book and find it, and you'll find out. The book was like this thick. It was called The Royal Road to Card Magic. And I read the book, and it wasn't in the book. And I remember going back to him and saying, it's not in the book. He says, you read the book? But that ended up getting me really hooked. And so my entire life has been this kind of struggle between acting and magic. So I would do theatre in London, and then I would go to a cruise ship for 6 months doing magic, and I get bored with that, and I come back and do some theatre. And then when I went to LA, I was 20, I sold all my magic props, and I jumped on a plane with a holiday visa, which I can't do anymore, and kind of came to Los Angeles, managed to get an apartment, only because it was run by an English couple, this apartment. And the apartment happened to be a block away from the Magic Castle. And so, trying to make that work, and with like $2,000 in my pocket, I managed to get a job, even though I didn't have a social security number. One of those. And so I was doing the magic to kind of fund my acting career. I was going around knocking on doors, trying to get work. And then at one point I started working a lot as an actor, but I was also doing magic. So then I would go to an audition, and the producer would say, so why are you here? And I'm like, well, I'm here to play a serial killer. And they would say, didn't you do my kid's bar mitzvah? Or stuff like that. And I realized they weren't taking me seriously, so I quit doing magic for about 12 years. Put everything in a box that I had, put it in the attic. And only got into it, I would say, 2005, 2006 maybe. Got back into it as a hobby. And it's kind of grown into this kind of, now I'm doing a live show, developing a live show. I've created entire courses for magicians. And you know what's a crazy thing when you work on something and then you don't do it for 10 years? The subconscious continues to work. And when you go back to it, it fixes things. Or it comes up with these a million ideas that you didn't realize it's been developing for you until you asked it to come full circle. So it's been a blast. So now, yeah, I've got with me some magic, which I do at the castle for you. You haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So next question. Hello.
Hi. Was Alistair based off of any particular person, like when you were doing the performance, or did you try and keep it similar to maybe you as a 19-year-old kid, or?
That was going to be a spit take. Here's what happened. So I get a call asking me if I would do the character, and I said yes. And then 2 days later, I was in the studio. So unlike when you do a character on film, you may have a little bit of time to work on it. With this, it was literally a trial by fire. It was my first video game, first major character in a video game. I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm an actor, so I figured, and I've done improv, and really the secret to this thing is, okay, so I go in there, and every day I go in, there's a stack of paper this thick, and each one has about 8 or 9 lines of dialogue, and you have to do three kind of variations, intonations, and whatever. The director is on the other side of the booth, and then David Gator's on the phone from wherever he is in the world. And so they told me a little bit about him, and it really was a case of, okay, how about this? And they were like, that's it. It wasn't, I was very lucky in that I didn't have to kind of like really, unlike, say, for example, like Mickey and the Road Racers, I went through like 4 or 5 different voices to try and find the one that they wanted. This was kind of, it just was this wonderful fit. and you don't have time. You literally, each session is 4 hours, and you don't have time to think, which is great. Because then I don't have time to get in my way. Like, you know how like that when you do something for the first time, it's brilliant, and then you try and duplicate it? It's like, I didn't have time. So it became just kind of spontaneous and fluid, and if it didn't work, David would go, no, he's a little more heartbroken there, or he's a little more angry, or he's being sarcastic. And it's great to have him. I mean, you don't often get that opportunity to have the writer right there, and the creator, but, I had no idea he was 19.
Yeah, he is.
But what I liked about him was, the reluctant hero. And I really like that, because everyone wants to be a hero, and this guy's, and I think that was endearing about him. And then it turns out that a very good friend of mine, Claudia Black, was Morgan, and we've done Uncharted together. So that was different in that was motion capture. So everything we did on that was motion cap. And I think the only time that I did studio work on that was they called me in to do some of the chase stuff with Nolan, which was hysterical. We just wasn't scripted at all, and which is why it's really inappropriate. Seriously inappropriate if you get through that kind of stuff. So Claudia was wonderful, and we tried to get her to come down to this, but she was doing a TV series, and maybe next year. Maybe. But yeah, next. Hello.
Hi. Do you prefer live acting or voice acting, or is it both just kind of fun in different ways?
Doing at the moment. Yeah, I'm doing comedy. I want to do drama. If I'm doing a lot of on camera, I want to do voice where I don't have to do anything. I can get up and just put a baseball cap on and go into the studio. I think that's just part of my personality, is I'm always kind of hunting for the next thing. I wanting to do something different, and always kind of, do you want to get that?
Have you interrupting yourself?
Oh, you got my ringtones? Another one. That was fun to do. Did you guys know I did a bunch of? I did.
No, I have no idea.
That would be awesome.
Sean did a bunch for his too.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, for
All right.
the Inquisitor.
Right. Inquisition.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Who's next? You're warm. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's hot in here.
You think you're warm? Have you seen this guy over here? It's like...
Happened here.
Yes. Hi. Nice to see you.
As a fan artist, I gotta know, what do you think of all the fan art out there?
What do you know about that rabbit hole in DC?
That's a question. I think it's on the whole, I think it's great. I think it's like when we did Crossing Jordan, which was years ago, and before really the internet took off. We used to get fan fiction. Generally rather erotic.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot of fun. But then but the writers of the show weren't allowed to read it because if any of those ideas ended up in the scripts, they could get sued. So they weren't allowed to read any of the fan fiction. But we read it. It was good. I think any expression of something you like is great, whether it's a video game or a song, or people. I think it's wonderful. I've seen some amazingly detailed work, and then I've seen some work with. Okay. Whatever you say. But why not?
Don't ask questions.
And your work was great, by the way.